here for episode 2 of Collecting Stories. I'm Tark,
I'm Zaid.
and we're here to talk about our adventures in collecting for anybody who cares to listen to them.
I mean, I think we have a pretty big audience already. I've already
Right.
gotten 2 people to listen to it, my girlfriend and my mom, so
That's true. I've gotten one. So
there you go.
Zaid is my nephew. I am his uncle. This week we are remote from each other. He's in Colorado. I'm in Wisconsin. So it's our second episode, our first episode not together.
We'll
So
see
we'll
how
see
it
how
goes.
this
Yeah.
goes.
So
See
what
how
have you
this
been
goes.
what have you been up to this past week in the card adventures?
It's been a boring week. However, I have been spent the week preparing cards for grading submission.
How do you what do you mean by preparing them? You're just sorting through what you want to take and
Yeah, well, I have ideas of cards I want to submit, and then I go through them and I I look at each one under the like the magnifying glass with the light on it.
yeah.
It's actually it's pretty therapeutic. I think it's kind of like a fun exercise to do. I have the TV going on in the background, so like for example, last night I was watching WNBA playoffs, the Mercury against the Liberty Game 3. And while that's going on in the background, I'm looking at the cards. And then I take each card and I put a little sticky on each one with the things that I'm finding that are potentially wrong with it. And this is only my fourth submission, Zaid. So I did one way back in 2017 to SGC, and then I did no fifth submission. I did 3 a year ago to PSA, and I took notes on them
Okay.
so that it's almost like an exercise in figuring out if the things that I notice, are they actually causing the grade to become a 9 instead of a 10? So I try to figure things out and actually
I mean,
when I get the results.
you might become a better grader than the graders themselves.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? You might be your biggest critic
What?
though.
Well, let me ask you. So, you're relatively new to the hobby, a year, but you have graded.
Yes.
Talk to me about so far what you've done grading, and then also why do you grade? I mean, what made you decide, hey, I want to grade my cards?
So I've only graded through PSA, and I both times I've done it, I actually went through GameStop. This is a new feature that PSA is doing. Like they partnered with GameStop where you can send in your cards with them. They'll ship them for you. They'll grade them at PSA, ship them back to GameStop, and you pick them up at your local GameStop. So that made it super easy for me. The first grade submission I did, I think I had a few sports cards, but I mostly had Marvel cards that I got in a break. And I did that because I wanted to sell them. And it's much easier to sell graded cards than raw cards, I found. Or at least it's a lot less hassle on me as a seller trying to fund myself through the hobby. Because there's a lot of discrepancies and stuff. People want to bring up like, oh, it was chipped or something in the corner if I didn't see it or something like that. Where if it's in a graded slab, it's going to be a grade 10, 9, 8. They'll be happy with it because they know what they're buying.
I've got a story about that, but we'll save that for another episode.
Oh, okay.
You know the one I'm talking about,
I know
right?
the story. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
We'll save that for later. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
So anyway, so that was my first gradient submission. And then my second one was actually for my dad's old baseball cards from when he was a kid.
I remember this.
And so my thinking through that was, well, these are pretty sentimental pieces. Like they're for my dad. Like he picked them up in a grocery store or whatever in the 70s. And my main focus on that was find the bigger names like Nolan Ryan, George Brett, Ricky Henderson, stuff like that. Send those in so we can protect them a little more.
Sure.
And I have some thoughts about that later about protecting the card in a PSA slab versus another slab you could get. But the plan with those cards is that we're not planning on selling them or anything. They're just for our personal collection, I guess. So those were the only two times I've sent to PSA. Both
Both through GameStop.
both through GameStop, yeah. And I think that's a great feature that they've partnered up with them, I guess. But
How much? So what was like your cost for grading through GameStop? Do you remember?
the first time it was $20 a card, and you don't need a 20 card minimum. You could send how many ever cards.
Sure.
And then the second time it was actually like $22 a card. I think they raised the price like within the year, which was kind of weird, but
But they
who
they
knows?
pay. I mean, you don't have to pay the shipping or anything. You just go in there. If you've got 5 cards, it's $100.
Well, you do have to pay shipping if you're not a GameStop member. I was already a GameStop member, and I
Okay.
pay like a $5 fee every like 3 months or something. I don't know what it is. So the shipping was free for me, but you would have to pay for shipping otherwise. But it's only like $5 or something for shipping.
Did you ask them if they were like insured or anything? Like if you send them, do you
I
know?
didn't even know you could do that at the time. Now I do.
Okay.
I'm sure they are insured. I could probably look that up on GameStop's website. But it's a pretty interesting system. They've got the system down. They've got it down. Yeah. I'm sure they're getting a lot of submissions from random people that didn't know anything about grading cards within the past year. So yeah, those were my experiences with grading cards. Got a few tens, got a few nines. I got a 6, got a 3. I mean, I didn't really know what I was looking for, I guess.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I have some of the same reasons for grading as you. I actually, so I think value is important, although I haven't sent in a submission yet. Well, that's not true. I take that back. I have sent in a submission where I was trying to see if I could get the cards and sell them. So there was one submission for that. But a lot of the cards that I grade actually just sit around in my Zion case. So there are certain wrestling cards I'll grade that are lower serial numbered. Those I'm not as concerned. Like for example, one of them in here is a gold Carmen Petrovich, who's a wrestler in NXT, and I also have a gold cracked ice Izzy Dame from 2024 Select, and I'm grading those because I want them in my collection. I think things in a slab look good, although you and I have talked about this, and one touches also look good. I've also got a wall display with just cards and one touches
Right.
that I didn't even pull out to go and grade. So, I think part of the reason is value, but it's not the entire reason. I do think protection is a big part of it. I also so this is a little bit different, but I've also got this interest in it. It's kind of like a game. And that's why I sit and look at the cards and write down what I think might be wrong with them. I try to guess the grade before I send them in.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in evaluating how good, how I'm sort of progressing. I mean, am I good enough to be able to detect if a card should get a 10 or a 9 or an 8? So sometimes I'll even notice a card with a small dimple on it, or I'm not sure about the corner, or I'm a little unsure about the centering, and I will still send it in even though I don't know if it's guaranteed to get a 10. And then when the result comes back, the few times I've done it, I actually evaluate how I did against what the actual grade was. And it's kind of like, it's almost like taking a test or something,
Yeah.
right? It's like, hey, how good did I do on the test?
You just have to
So
wait 45 days plus
yeah, but
for the
it's exciting.
result.
Well, so that's what I'm thinking about now is sending out, like, maybe trying to send out stuff more regularly. The reason I haven't done it in a year now is because it's hard to justify for me. I mean, $20 a card. I mean, if you send in a 10 card submission or a 20 card submission, that's, 200 or $400, and I
Yeah.
could be spending that on cards.
You could be spending them on cards. I guess if you're just going to keep them in your collection, you're spending it on eye appeal for yourself and I guess protection. And maybe it is an investment also. I mean, if you ever want to get rid of the cards, they're much easier to get sell or trade when they're in slabs like that. You mentioned that you like taking the test, seeing if you're actually good at finding what's wrong with the card and everything. Would
Hmm.
you want PSA at least to put subgrades on their cards, just so you have a little more information?
Yeah, I would like that. And when you were here, we talked a little bit about the fact that Beckett does that.
Yeah.
So I am thinking of breaking apart this submission. I've never submitted to Beckett before, and so some of the items that I've marked off where I'm not sure about the centering or I'm not sure about the surface, I'm actually thinking about sending some of those to Beckett
Mm-hmm.
and checking the subgrades to see how those look, so that if, for example, I've marked a card, well, top left corner looks a little bit soft potentially, or the centering maybe looks a little bit off, I can actually see if that's the case based on the Beckett subgrades.
Right. Because right now, if PSA sends one back a 9, and you can't see anything, like it's kind of frustrating, right?
Unless, yeah, it is. Unless it was a card that I kind of looked at before and found something wrong with it. So if I found one thing wrong with it, not wrong, but I was unsure about, because if there's something glaringly wrong with it, I
Right.
just don't send it. But if there's something where I'm not sure, if there's a little dimple or something like that, and it does get a 9, I kind of assume it's that. I can't be sure, but I kind of assume it's that. I would have a little better idea if that was the case in the case of Beckett. I also like the Beckett slabs. I have a few cards that I bought which were Beckett, and I really like the Beckett slabs a lot.
They
I
look
think they
really,
look cool.
really cool. What grades are the Beckett slabs you have? Because they have different colors, right, for each of the grades.
Not for each of the grades. They have their black. I think they have a black label, which is the if it gets all 10 subgrades, I believe. And then, although I'm not positive, and then otherwise it's a gold label. But it looks really sleek.
I thought there was a silver as well in there. That
Huh, there might be.
ones under 9 or 8 get, but I could be wrong. Well,
Oh.
anyway, the reason why I asked you about the subgrading with PSA is because I actually found this screenshot on a forum that on a blowout cards forum, and PSA was asking their people, like, would you want grader notes along with your card? And they would actually upcharge you for those grader notes.
Yep, yep. That's true.
It's actually $8 a card for the grader
Yeah.
notes. on top of a $20 card that you're already sending.
Yeah, so generally what I've been hearing is that you would, and I mean it seems logical, right? Is that you would only ask for that on like the high end, really high end cards that you're grading, which you probably wouldn't submit in the bulk. You'd submit at the one of the more express rates.
Why
Yeah,
would you only want them?
I would never pay $8
But
for grader notes on a low end card.
it's interesting to me because like they're hopefully they're already taking notes on like the surface, the corners, the centering, and grading it like that. I don't know. I guess I don't know how they grade the cards, but like I'm sure they already have grader notes. Like, but they're gonna charge us $8 for a card for grader
Maybe. Do you
notes.
think they have grader notes? So I was actually just I was looking at some stuff on grading. They were saying that, or maybe it was on a podcast, that a grader spends about a minute looking at a card. I would guess for some of the lower end stuff, they probably don't take note because you couldn't take notes of everything on volume. That would take forever.
That's true.
But they do have. I think what they do is they have. So it's not. I'm wondering if it's not just one grader that looks at it. It's so there's a grader that looks at it first, and then maybe a second one confirms the grade or gives a different grade, or maybe it goes through three people and then they take the best out of three. I don't know precisely how it works,
That'd
but
be
I
interesting.
would assume that there's some sort of a quality check where it's not just a single person looking at it.
Right. And they do check quantitative things like centering, like with their tools, 60/40 centering and stuff. Well, at least they say they do on their.
I don't know if they use a tool or eyeball it, or I actually have no idea. Now yeah. So for me, I mean,
It's kind of like a black hole.
it's funny how much time I spend on a card. But like I said, it's for me it's interesting. I actually enjoy the entire process of looking at a card, but I spend
Yeah,
way
you take a little more
more
than a
time
minute.
looking at a card than I need to. Yeah, I take more than a minute. I've invested and wasted a large amount of time looking at the cards, and I mean, usually they stack up, and I don't even send the damn things in for grading. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got stuff that I planned on grading within the last year, and I put them over in grading, and then I never sent them off. A lot of the reason is
I mean, it's a lot of money. I mean,
it is a lot of money.
you could just be spending that money on cards, right? Like 100
Yeah, so
bucks
there
will get
has
me
to be a good
another
reason for it.
Anthony Edwards refractor rookie card. Like I'd rather have that refractor than grade a bunch of cards that I don't want and try to sell them. That's a lot of stress, to be honest with you.
Exactly. I look at what I've bought in cards during the month, what expenses we have here on the house. I kind of
Yeah.
look at what I'm spending just in general, and then I try to decide if there's a month I want to spend. And apparently, in the last year, I haven't found the month where I actually want to spend on grading.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Well, if you do end up deciding grade with PSA again, this survey, and it's only a survey. I don't think they actually have these as add-ons that you can actually have. But there's three other ones besides grader notes. There is PSA branded fitted sleeve, $199 a card. I don't really know what that means. PSA branded fitted sleeve, $2 a card.
Did you take the survey that PSA sent?
I just found it online and I thought it was
Oh, okay.
super interesting. I was like, why are they charging so much money for all of this stuff?
They actually sent me a survey, actually when you were here, and it was just for things that they were thinking of. They got a lot of really cool ideas, to tell you the truth. I was pretty excited about some of them.
Well,
So
what were the ones that you saw and got excited about?
I don't remember right
Oh,
now.
okay, maybe it was card cleaning for $3 a card, or premium images for $5 a card.
It wasn't stuff they already had right now.
Anyway, it kind of made me upset about the grader notes because,
You want those? You want those bad?
well, the thing is, Beckett already gives you some sort of notes. Like it gives you the subgrades, which I would call as like kind of more information, which is kind of nice, and for
Yeah.
less
So you
money.
Yeah, so you've only been in the hobby for a year now. Beckett was at one time like they were the premier. They were at the top. Beckett was considered, if it was in the Beckett slab, it was it was the pinnacle of grading, and they were overtaken. I don't know what issues they've had exactly, but PSA took over the top spot, I think around the pandemic. And
Oh, okay.
so now Beckett's kind of trying to rebuild their brand. But I mean, like I said, I'm sure their graders are good too. I can't imagine that they've got
Yeah, I'm sure they're.
graders who are incompetent or anything like that. I think that they've got good graders. So I'm actually thinking about sending some stuff in there,
Yeah,
seeing the subgrades, and then decide which one I like, where I like to send to. I imagine it's going to be both. I mean, I do like PSA.
yeah.
I like tough grading. I think they're tough graders, and I'd rather be graded.
You think they're tougher than BGS, which is Beckett?
I don't know. I've never sent to Beckett.
Well, I don't.
I'll
I
find
don't.
out.
It seems
I'll
like it's
find
hard
out.
to get that.
I just know that, like I said, I sent to SGC back in the day, and it's funny because I sent to them back in back in 2017. I sent to them because they were only like $5 or $6 a card, and PSA was $9, and
Oh,
I was worried about the $9.
oh my
So
God!
I didn't want to pay that much, so I ended up sending to SGC.
Now look at us.
Now I'd kill for either one.
Now look at us. Oh my gosh! I have a theory about why PSA's grading is so much more expensive, and so much more expensive is like I think so. A base
It's
Beckett,
$18 versus, well, if you belong to the collectors club, so I belong to the collectors club
right?
because I get a card ladder membership. I'm a premium member because I get a ladder membership. I get automatically, which by itself is 150. I don't know what the price is now. Actually, I think it went up, but it was like $150 when I paid for it. And then I get the card magazine, which is awesome. I really like to read that. They give you there's a magazine that comes every month or 2 months, and then you get collector club specials, which they kind of backed off on for a short period of time recently because they were getting they were getting so much volume that the amount of time for the returns went up beyond what they wanted. So they cut back on their collector club specials, but some of the collector, like when I submitted a year ago, I was sending in for 15.99 a card if I sent in 20 cards, and it was modern, like they'd have a modern special. So anything 2000 and later, which is
Okay.
mostly what I'm collecting, you could send in for 15.99 a card if you sent 20 cards in.
How
And
much
that's a
is
great deal.
your subscription to that?
$200.
$200 a year.
Yep. Oh, and I got $125 Fanatics Live credit,
Wow.
which
Okay,
I
so they're
use.
just giving
Yeah,
you
so
free money.
yeah,
I
it's a
mean, you
really
could
good
just
deal,
buy
I
cards
think.
with those, to be honest. Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
I bought it. I spent that on. I used it up on breaks. Yeah, it was fun. It actually was the thing that got me into, because I got that credit the first time I'd never broken before, and then I bought into a break using that $125, and so now I still periodically, right. I'm not too much into breaking, but that's maybe another episode. But I do break occasionally
Yeah.
for certain products that I don't want to pay for any sealed wax
Yeah,
or anything like
yeah.
that.
You don't break the box. You buy into breaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
On Fanatics Live. Yep.
So okay, so only $200 you get all of that for the PSA package. I mean, but you still needed to send in 20 cards at a time, which is it's tough to
For
find
a
20
lot of the
cards.
for a lot of the specials, actually, I think it's 10 minimum.
Okay.
So like I think the 15.99 when I did it, because I did it 3 times last summer, and it was I did a 10 card, an 18 card, and a 25 card last summer, And when they had their specials, I think there was one 15.99 and one 16.99, and you only get that special if you're part of the club.
Jeez.
Actually, if you want to talk a little bit, I will jump on here and see if they have any specials right now.
Yeah. So my point was that grading with Beckett right now, without subgrades, you can grade with them $15 a card. If you want the subgrades on the card, it's $18 a card.
Which you do. You want this upgrade.
Which I want the subgrades. That's still cheaper than not having the $200 a month PSA package and or grading through GameStop, which is $22 a card.
Agreed.
But my theory for why PSA, I don't think it's a theory. I think it's just business, to be honest with you. Why PSA's card, everything is a little more expensive for PSA is because PSA does a lot more than just grades cards. They have the vault, the PSA vault.
Mm-hmm.
They actually sell to vendors, or they
Sorry,
they
say
have
that. Say that again. Say
they-
that again.
they not sell to vendors, but they have a lot of people, a lot of what is it called? Okay, let me just see what this is.
Yeah, but they do have other things. You're right. So they have. Sorry, go ahead.
This thing. It's called the PSA Grade and Sell. I'm sure you've heard of this, Tarek.
I have not.
Okay, so they say on their website 2 ways to sell. With our grade and sell service, submit cards for grading at a substantial discount, then enjoy all-in-one service from PSA. No after-service handling and no delays. Just submit and sell. They list it on eBay,
Oh yeah.
either on an auction for 99 cents for 7 days, or they can, if your card has available PSA offers at grade reveal, you can accept via instant sale from our trusted buyer network. So they have this massive network that they have of buyers that they can sell your card to pretty instantly, it sounds like.
I didn't know about that part, but yes, I did know about the eBay part where so when they reveal your cards, you can actually choose to have them shipped back to your house, which is what I've done every time. And you can do this for all of your cards. You can even pick and choose. So, like, if you have a submission of 20 cards, you could say have 10 of them sent home and then another 10 put into their PSA vault. And you're right, from the PSA vault, you can list them directly on eBay. In fact, I bought some that were from the PSA vault.
So it's under like the PSA Vault's like name on eBay. They're
Yep.
okay, wow. So that must be
Yep.
a massive store on eBay.
Yep.
So it sounds like they have ties with eBay and GameStop. Also, with GameStop, they have these things called Power Packs. Have you heard of this?
No, because I haven't done GameStop yet, but you're making me interested in it.
Okay. So you can trade in your PSA graded card after you grade it with GameStop for up to $1,500. So they'll buy a card that's like an $800 card if you grade a 10 and something. I thought this was interesting. The pricing is derived by Card Ladder. Everything is tied together.
PSA owns Card Ladder.
Okay, that makes sense.
I shouldn't say that. Collectors Universe or Collectors.
I thought
can't remember if
Craig
it's Collectors.
Craig McGill or
Chris McGill?
Chris McGill owned Card Ladder.
He did. He is the CEO still, but they were acquired by PSA about 2 years ago.
Chris McGill, if you're listening, we would like you to come on the podcast at some point.
Is that true?
I don't
Do
know.
we want him on the podcast?
We need his philosophy on GameStop Power Packs, please.
What are GameStop Power Packs? You haven't even told me what GameStop.
Sorry, I
Power
was
Packs are.
keeping it for the podcast, so you'll be surprised. So GameStop right now, it seems like repackages the cards they buy in mystery packs.
Okay. Oh, like repacks. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Repacks. But the so right now I think only TCG cards are on shelves in GameStop, and they promise like it has to be it's a PSA or 8 or above, and it has to be like a $20 value or
Okay.
above.
Okay.
So it's not
Okay.
like a crazy you pay $60 for these. But
Yes. Go
the
ahead.
thing is they're getting into sports cards online. And the Power Packs is its own website that is in beta and can only be used by beta users. And you can
Okay.
buy digital Power Packs, open them, and then
Okay.
decide if you want to have them sent to you, put on eBay, placed in the PSA vault. So it's just this massive mesh of things going on. And PSA has their fingers in so many different holes, or is that the phrasing? Fingers in holes? Probably not. But Beckett,
I don't know. I don't know.
Beckett, Beckett, they're just grading cards. I like that.
Yeah.
Just stick with grading cards. I'm sending my cards into grade. It reminds me of my past apartment building. I was paying so much for the pool, the movie theater, the amenities, you know? And then
Okay.
I didn't use any of them. So I left that place and got a place without amenities and paying less for a bigger place, you know? And that's what I kind of think Beckett is.
I kind of like that they're getting there. I like this. I like the idea of getting into other things and trying new things. I don't know. Maybe
They're
it's just me. I get what you're saying,
they're
but
everywhere, but aren't you afraid that it's going to be like a conflict of interest with their grading at some point?
I got bigger things to worry about than that.
Okay,
I mean,
that's
I'm just
probably that's true.
like I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know me, right? I don't take this stuff that seriously. That I get involved in. I mean, I just want to get my cards
I
graded.
was
You
getting
know, if
upset.
I want to grade cards, yeah, you tend to think about these things a lot. But that's good. That's good. That's not a bad thing. It kind of, yeah, it kind of. I mean, like I said, you're opening my eyes to some things that I didn't know about or didn't follow. But I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll care about it. But yeah, right now I don't care that much. I mean, I'm sitting here taking notes on my cards, and I want to get the grade back, and then
You know what?
get really excited because I was right. Oh yeah, I thought this thing might get a 9 and it got a 9. Woohoo, you know?
I like your mindset a lot. I'm just gonna say
Well,
good.
it's a hobby, right? I mean,
It is.
this is supposed to be fun.
I got really deep into the lore. I got
No, you
really
can't.
deep.
That can happen, and I mean, there's also a lot of podcasts that kind of expose some of this stuff and point out some of these potential conflicts of interest. And I get it. I like to know about it, but at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun. I mean, I also, eBay, when you sell cards, right? We've talked about this. They take a large percentage. I mean, am I going to let that really get in the way of me having fun? Or
I
most
mean,
of the cards I sell, I'm selling so that I can just buy more cards with it. I don't
but
know. I just
also
think that.
eBay
Go ahead.
13% is like for some people it's that's a lot, you know? That's
Oh
kind of
no, it's a
that's a
lot.
big
I mean,
deal.
not for some people, it's a lot. I mean,
It is a lot.
that's a lot. But I mean, they're a business. They got to make money.
That's
They
true.
have. Think of how many. I mean, they have the most. I mean, the most eyes are going to be on eBay. eBay has it's the biggest marketplace,
Yeah.
right? It also gives. I mean, as a collector, it's also kind of makes it makes things more interesting, I guess, for me as a collector because it gives you the opportunity to go out there and look at other avenues to think critically. That's part of the fun of collecting too. Is okay, so eBay charges 13%, and I don't want to pay 13% all the time. What are my other options for selling, trading, continuing to be able to support and finance my involvement in the hobby? And
Right.
I mean, that's fun.
Exactly. That's
If it
true.
was just like you go here, it's free all the time. I don't know. I'm kind of a maybe it's the Moscow Mule kicking in here. For those who don't know what a Moscow Mule is, it's a Moscow Mule. Your mom told me she's got the well, the recipe isn't that hard, but she told me how to taught me how to make a perfect Moscow Mule.
She has the mugs. I think she got, yeah.
Well, I have the mug right here. You can see
Oh
it.
yeah, you have the.
Max and Lonnie got this for Father's Day for me.
He's holding up a copper mug. It's
It's a real copper mug, I believe.
a lot of condensation on it. Must be cold.
But yeah, I think so. I think all the stuff we're talking about is interesting, and I do think that it's worth mentioning. And I like to, I like to learn about it. Some of the stuff I think I kind of knew. Some of it I didn't know, but I'm learning about. But I try not to let it
You're
like
right.
really bother me that much.
I think I was thinking about it all day for the podcast, and the beer really made my emotions come out about.
Well, you also get, I mean, not just for the podcast, but I've heard you, when you're sort of thinking critically about something, you tend to get, like, if something's agitating you, it really agitates
It
you.
agitates me a lot.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
I mean, just to sum it up, I I just want more people to use Beckett now. Nothing against
Really?
PS. I mean, I do because
You,
they're
you looking
just.
for you looking for a sponsor, buddy?
I'm looking
What's
for a
going on here?
sponsor.
What do you
Miss,
got?
Mr. Beckett, if you're out there, if you want to come on the podcast,
Is
if you
that
want.
your, actually, it's Dr. Beckett.
Oh, oh, he has his PhD.
The guy who started it. Yeah, yeah. He started it with a magazine back in the 90s, which I still have a lot of the my old copies of Beckett. Next time you come here, I'll give you some of them. That's what we used to do. We used to look things up in a magazine.
The magazine. You're gonna. What?
We used to finger through, and they had a magazine for. It wasn't even like one magazine. It was a magazine for each sport.
Just so. What
Is this
was the magazine?
crazy?
What was the? It
you
was
like-
summarizing each of the sports, or like what?
Is this blowing your mind? No, they used to list the sets and the card price, the price of every card in there.
Okay.
And that's what you would do every month was you would go and you would look it up in there rather than going online to this internet beast.
Right. So that's what
Wasn't right at our fingertips.
I guess I never put together the card lists, Beckett card lists with Beckett Grading Company, and that makes sense because they're the same name.
So they do the same thing now. It's just their
Just
price
online.
guide is now online.
Man, you have the magazine. What if you graded the magazine
People do
of
that,
Beckett?
I believe. I believe people probably have done
With
that. I don't
Beckett.
think you. Oh,
Would it blow
I don't know
the
if they grade
place up?
magazines or not.
That's
I don't know if they
Inception.
grade. What if you graded it with PSA?
They'd give it a 0.
Maybe.
Okay.
So circling around here, so we are going to. I think I've got an action. I feel like I'm leaving like one of my company meetings here. I've got an action item.
Okay, what's that?
I'm going to grade. I've got these marked. I've got my cards. This stack I'm holding up that no one else can see but you. I'm going to. I'm actually gonna. I don't want to send them all out at one time. I've also got to find. I'm surprised how few cards I have that I actually want to grade. But I'm going to send some of these out to PSA, and I'm also going to send some of the ones that I've marked where I've noticed like one particular problem, like surface or something like that, where I'm concerned. And I'm going to see how Beckett does, how it works, and do my first submission with Beckett.
Sure, because maybe it'll
And
get
then that's going to be another collecting story, I believe.
is getting them back. Yeah, of course.
And then talking about them.
So you
That's
how
a
many card how
that's a
many
story, right?
so why so all the cards that it is a story. Why wouldn't it be a story?
Hmm, yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, it's a story. I'm actually going to do the exact same thing
Okay.
because we talked about it when we were in person and you were talking to me about like seeing if there was a scuff on one of the corners or something, they would give that a 9 or something for corners and then 10s on each of the other things if everything else was perfect, you know.
Right.
And
And I'm interested in seeing how, that kind of tells you, hey, am I actually looking at the right things when I'm grading?
right. So the cards that I'm sending actually have very minor defects that I can see, but I would still like to grade them. But I don't know. They're also older cards. So like I'm gonna send the Randy Moss Gallery of Heroes acetate card to Beckett
Oh, the one that I
that you gave me.
gave you? Yeah. What do you think's wrong with that?
There's just one little white spot on one of the
Oh, okay.
edges.
What about the centering? Centering looks good.
Centering looks great.
That's a cool card, by the way. He's talking about the Zaid is talking about the gallery. It's a 1999, I believe, or is
2000.
it 2000? 2000 Gallery of Heroes, Randy Moss. It's kind of a it's I think it's an acetate card, right?
Yep.
And it almost looks like a stained glass. For I don't know if you're familiar with the stained glass. That mosaic, is it
Yep.
mosaic or yeah,
Just church stained glass. Like
yeah. But it's super cool, right?
it is really cool. It's a really cool card, and it's die cut as well.
Yeah.
So
After I like that it's well that one's so they're all die cut, but that one's really cool because it's actually got like the Viking horn
it's got a spiky Viking
coming up
Viking
from
horn.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, if you actually want to see the card, look up Gallery of Heroes Randy Moss, and it'll probably just show up on your computer or something. I'm also sending in the 50-cent Shaquille O'Neal base. And then another interesting one is I tried to send this one in for my dad, this Nolan Ryan 1972.
Oh, that looks pretty deep. I mean, the centering looks it's a little off, but
I mean, it is not perfect. It is not perfect.
how are the corners on it?
Pretty bad. But as I was saying, we sent him in a bunch just to like put them in slabs and have them sealed up and protected. But I sent this one on to PSA and it actually came back. It came back do not holder mini size RQ required. Mini size required.
Minimum size required, maybe. Maybe it was look too small or
That
something.
it was so bizarre because it's literally just a normal size card. So I'm gonna send it into Beckett and see what they say
Okay, cool.
instead.
Anything else you got?
I have cards to send into PSA that I want to sell. So what I kind of decided, like if I want to sell the card, I'm gonna send it to PSA. If I don't want to send it, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna send it into Beckett.
Okay, okay. I've got a couple of cool ones that I am. This one I'm pretty sure won't get a 10, but I found a surface issue. But I'm still going to send it into PSA because I want to see if. But it's the. You remember this one? We got that at the card show in Green
Oh
Bay, the
yeah,
Generation Shack die cut. 19. I think it's 1998. 1997. Shaquille O'Neal Generations. Really cool card. And this one is like perfectly centered and everything. It's got. I think I'm not sure if these came with the. So a lot of these cards used to have a little peel off thing. So I'm wondering if there's. I see a couple of things by his left thigh, and I'm wondering if that was from the peel off. But I'm excited to see what that one gets. I'm sending the this bad boy, the Justin Jefferson die cut purple. I love that card. I got that one in Rochester, Minnesota. And I've got a dimple by the left thigh and a potentially soft corner on the second level. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8
Is
corners.
it purple or blue?
It's purple.
Oh wow, nice.
So I'm excited about that one. I'm sending 2 die cuts now. Never sent a die cut. Um, got some wrestling stuff that's just gonna stay in my collection. Oh, and the Steve Harrington. The
Are,
Steve Harrington Stranger Things out of 11.
is it center?
I
Does it look good?
It is. It is. Actually, nope. That's the one thing that I have that might be wrong on it. Is the top to bottom centering, and I think it was kind of barely off
I mean, yeah,
there. So
and Steve Harrington is
maybe
one
I'll
of
send that. Maybe I'll send that into Beckett.
that's one of your favorite
He
characters
is
on the show.
He is one of my favorite characters. Love that guy.
I mean, if he wants to come on the podcast, I mean, you're very welcome to
Oh,
come.
we're inviting Steve Harrington on the podcast now.
And Michael McGill
Chris McGill.
and Dr. Beckett.
We're never gonna get any. You realize that it's going to be a long while before we ever get any of those people. Let's just start out with your mom. We'll get her on the podcast. Okay. We'll get Paul, my brother-in-law, on the podcast. We can get him. Maybe we can get Mr. King.
Mr. King will come?
Mr. King might come on there.
Jeez. I did want to talk about one other thing was a pickup I got at the antique store I went to this week. And I was in Aurora and I got this Nikhil Alexander Walker rookie card from Panini Illusions 2019. Instant Impact Orange, which is out of 125. It's graded a PSA 9 and I only got it for $10.
Let me see it on the screen.
Yeah. Only $10 for this. And Alexander Walker, he played for the Timberwolves, which is the Minnesota team, my team, for a couple of years, and I really liked him. He recently got traded to, I think, Atlanta, but I really liked him. His cousin's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. But just like there were only 3 graded cards in one of these, and this was one of them, and it was pretty cool. I don't like how it's horizontal though.
Oh yeah, so a lot of people don't like that.
'Cause I wanna-
That's another thing about card collectors. They don't like horizontal, and for exactly the reason you're saying is because they don't look in holders. They don't look aligned with, like, if you're trying to display stuff. It's kind of a pain to display horizontal, and so people tend to favor vertical versus horizontal, or another way of saying it is, I guess, disfavor horizontal.
Horizontal.
I personally do not have a problem with it. Again, this is where
You're so laissez-faire about all of this.
I am. I sure am.
You're so calm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's bigger things to worry about than whether a card's horizontal or vertical.
Anyway,
but to that extent, I mean, with that said, I do understand where people are coming from.
For future reference for myself, like if I have a horizontal card, I might think twice about grading it instead of just putting it in a one-touch holder or something.
Wow, you are throwing down the gauntlets here.
Do you like the hot takes?
Podcast. So I told you before, I believe it was Chris McGill, who had a big Nikhil Alexander Walker collection, might still have it. So maybe if you're
up for a
if
trade,
you like him a lot, he might be a guy to connect with. He might be able to hook you up with like some 101s or something like that.
Oh yeah, he'll probably want this 125. He'll probably the $10 125.
As long as we're showing off some cards here, Zato. I just got these in the mail this week. I told you about them. I'm going to take this one out of the sleeve and stuff for the first time, but I got this today. The McDonald's Chrome LeBron.
Oh yeah.
McFlurry. It's got little McFlurries on the side.
You love the McDonald's.
I love McDonald's Chrome.
Where did you
it's got
this?
McFlurries on the side.
eBay,
How awesome is that? Yeah. $2. McFlurry's on the side, buddy. How awesome is that? I'm just looking for McFlurry stuff now.
Are you
Gonna
going to
become
complete
the
a
biggest.
set?
I'm gonna become the biggest McFlurry collector in the world. I got that, and then I got yeah, dude. And then I got this first booklet card I've ever bought. A Mariah May AEW Upper Deck 2024 Black Diamond. I'm gonna try.
Okay, so what are the
It's
red
got
things?
wrestler worn material. Not a huge relic guy, but I'm not against him either, like some people are.
Yeah.
So that's Mariah. She's now in WWE in NXT under the name Blake Monroe, but this would be her rookie, I guess, year. But it's cool. It's a little booklet.
I
How
really
awesome is
like that.
how awesome is that?
I like things like that are unusual.
So it's
and
like a
cool.
booklet card. Yeah, so I'm excited. And it's actually like, because they're really thick. It's actually in, like, doesn't have any major. I don't even know if you grade this. Yeah, it looks like a little booklet.
Could you
We've got
grade it?
stuff written on the binder. Look at that.
You
Look
could
at that
you
bad
could
boy.
get the collection that you get could be on a bookshelf, and then you could like take them out because
true.
there
That's
was
true.
there's
They'd
writing
be
on
right.
the binder.
Yeah, that's actually, I never thought about that. I like that idea.
That's very
kind of.
cool.
But yeah, it'd be a real small bookshelf. Be like a bookshelf for a dollhouse or something.
Dollhouse, mouse. I mean, could get into
Yeah,
it.
so those are my pickups for the week. Excited about them, especially the McFlurry. I'm totally into this
He's-
McFlurry stuff.
Tarek's gonna buy just McDonald's galore.
Big McDonald's fan. Okay, I can't get this thing in here.
Bring him
Anyway,
on the
so
podcast.
so that's it. We went a little longer. We're not going to worry about time, like I said. Zay. There's bigger things to worry about.
There's
than-
bigger things to worry about.
Actually,
You're so
time's
right.
probably a big thing to worry about. But we're not going to worry about it.
I mean,
as far
we
as
had
what
things
we
to
want
say.
talk about.
We had things to say today. At least I had a lot of things to say. Oh,
So
one last thing.
Next, oh yeah, go ahead.
First $20 order on buysportscards.com.
BuySportsCards.com, also not a sponsor.
Not
but
a sponsor, but
we
we'll
like
probably be talking about them in future episodes. But I was pretty
Absolutely.
proud of myself. I sold like 80 cards and it was a $20 order. And I was like,
Holy cow!
yeah, they're all like 25-cent cards. So
And you found them all?
I
They
found
were
them
all in there?
They were all in there. And that was exciting. That was pretty exciting.
Any particular? Did you notice any like pattern in what this individual was purchasing? Was
He
it
must
like a
have been
certain
from
guy?
Pittsburgh because the Steelers, a lot of Ben Roethlisberger, a lot of Steelers players, but then also just like random, wrestling that I just picked up. I ripped like a pack or two or basketball hoops or something, and yeah, he just kind of went on my store and picked up a bunch of stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, hopefully that keeps on happening. I like it.
You have wrestling stuff, really?
Well, remember I with my little brother Ethan, we picked up that mega box of Topps Chrome WWE.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, we opened them and
He got an auto, didn't he? Out of that?
he got an auto. I forgot who it was, but he still has it. I'm sure. I mean, what are you gonna do with them?
Try to trade for those.
You
He
wanna-
won't trade.
He
That guy won't trade.
He's stingy.
He always thinks you're trying to get one up on him.
Yep. And then I have to tell him I don't know why you think that. Whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, tomorrow, if you're have nothing to do in the morning, there's the F1 race, Azerbaijan. So,
Bijan Robinson?
do you watch F1 at all?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to get up and watch the race. Otherwise, we're gonna end episode 2. We don't know if this is gonna be episode 2 or episode 1 or episode 3, though. We're pre-recording some episodes to try to get the hang of this whole
Yes.
podcasting thing, and then we're going to decide the order later. But we will. So that's why we keep saying this. That
We might just like put everything up all together, just make it one long episode, to be honest with you.
like a drop, like Netflix does with like Stranger Things. Just
Like a
drop
drop-
the whole series,
Like a
the whole
drop, but it's
season.
only one podcast that's like 10 hours long.
That's good. Yeah, we just drop like a whole season at one time. People can binge it. They can binge the thing.
Do you want to binge it?
We really have high hopes for ourselves, don't we?
Oh my god.
We just like talking about this stuff. Like I said, we just like talking about this stuff. It's fun.
It's really fun. 1 hour's not enough. It's not enough.
I think it's good. I think our timing is good so far. If people want to stop listening, they can shut it off, or even they can turn it up to 2 or 3 times. So,
Yeah. Go ahead. Doesn't matter.
all right, you want me to sign this thing off?
All right,
For
can
collecting stories. Why don't you sign it off? You
All
sign
right.
it off for once.
This is Collecting Stories podcast with Tarek and Zaid. Signing off.
See ya.